welcome, good people. Listen, another day of everyday struggle. Nadeska's actually playing hooky today. What's up with Nadeska and Mondays, man?
I don't know. We got to launch an investigation into that, man, because it's kind of looking funny in the light at this point. It's been a few Mondays this year.
Well, honestly, listen, she got like a little mini tornado in her area. She's up there in the woods, so her Wi-Fi cut out. I told her she got to upgrade that Wi-Fi. Okay, so me and Wayne, we're gonna hold it down today. Okay, we usually have more fun when she's not here because a little lack of structure. You know what I mean? And we could just do what we want. But how was your weekend?
Man, my weekend was actually pretty well. Remember that Thursday we was talking? I went and picked up my PS5. You know what I mean? So
How'd you get a PS5 so quick?
Oh, don't worry about how I got a PS5 so quick, man. I told you I was going to get with the young brother, right? You said that you was worried for me. You didn't want me to get finessed or robbed and none of that. You know what I mean? The young brother made sure that he came through correct. I got me my PS5. I got my brother's Xbox. So I was good this weekend. How about you? Did you get your PS5? Or you out here lacking? Let me know if you liking that. I can help you out.
Honestly, I don't got a PS5 yet. Like, honestly, I think I've been seeing a lot of women get the PS5 as gifts for dudes. So I'm hoping I've been nice enough to somebody that they just pop up with like a PS5. I'm just saying.
You wait a minute. You've been hoping that you've been nice enough to somebody that they'll purchase you a PS5 as a gift.
Wayno, you don't think I'm a nice guy?
You're definitely a nice guy. I just don't know if you're a nice guy in that sense. So that's a whole nother conversation. But
come on, man. But listen, this weekend it was the weirdest thing because I'm seeing rappers flex with PS5s. They weren't flexing with money, jewelry, cars, or clothes. It was the PS5 flex. I see a little baby with 5. I see Joey Badass, who I felt bad for. He was basically like a little perturbed. He was like, yo, what's up? Yo, Sony not messing with me? You know? And like watching all these rappers, like, you know what I mean, flex, especially even Yachty. Yachty's my guy too. What did you think about that? Because like it was pretty much all over the timeline.
Nah, Yachty was going crazy. I mean, like it was dope when Yachty got his first 2 because he's like, yo, I'll give out some hugs, and he went to Best Buy and ended up picking up 2 of them. But yo, Yachty got like 10 of them shits. It's like, well, I mean, this is one thing. It's one thing to give fun, but like, all I look at it is like this: if you get 10 of them,
you gotta flip
somebody else. You get 1.
You gotta flip them.
Yachty don't need to flip a PS5. Like, come on.
Wayno,
what does Yachty need to flip a PS5?
You being from Harlem, I can't believe you're over here like actually advocating not flipping because you're too rich.
No. Listen. I bought a flip PS5. Like, I bought a flip Xbox and a flip PS5. What I'm saying is that Yachty rich, man. Like, he driving around in a new Ferrari every week and all of that. He don't need to flip a PS5. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna get no bread that he can't get or he don't got.
Hey, what this did remind me of is pretty much exactly what happened, like, you know, with like, you know, hype beast years ago. Anything that's limited, trust me, niggas are gonna get it, then overpay for it when they don't get it first. And to be honest, the cycle goes on, so screw it, you know. Right. I'll tell you another thing that happened this weekend that I was a little shocked at. Did you see the announcement? Gucci Mane and Jeezy. It was supposed to be Jeezy and T.I. They were supposed to go head-to-head in Verzuz. Salute to, of course, Timbaland. Salute to Swiss Beats. But all of a sudden, we see Gucci throw up a picture, and it's like, nah, I'm going to be going at it with Jeezy, which I thought it was a prank, thought it was April Fool's. What'd you think about it?
Yeah, I thought it was a prank, too. I first see my homie throw it up, and he works with Apple. So I was like, nah, he's just trolling. You know, but I'm like, he's not a troller. You know what I'm saying? So then I was like, then I say, yo, then when, you know, it came as like a storm after that. It was like everybody posted whether they were involved or not. Like, I mean, I was happy to see it, but all I figured that they dropped the bag. You know what I mean? They dropped the bag for Gucci. But I'm happy that he said he wasn't doing it unless he got $1 million, man. You see what he said?
Yeah, but when he said, yo, I'm not doing it for less than $1 million, I felt like he also felt a little left out. So it's one of those shit like, yeah, I was gonna do it anyway unless it was $1 million. But I think you know, I don't know why T.I. dropped out, or I don't know if he dropped out or.
Well, T.I., if I'm T.I. and you can get Gucci and Jeezy to do it, I'm dropping that out of respect. I'm dropping it out of respect because it's like at that point, T.I. understands like how serious this is for the culture. You know what I mean? He understands how big of a moment it is. Not that him and Jeezy wasn't going to be a moment. But come on, Jeezy and Gucci. Like we first of all, we never thought that we ever hear their names together again unless it's something negative or confrontational. For them to be able to, like for Gucci to say that he would do it and for Jeezy to say that he would do it, that's big. I think that's big. I think that is It's a bigger situation than people are taking in as of right now. You know what I mean? After the fact, we're gonna be like, wow, but as of right now, this is a big deal right now. I think this might be one of the biggest, if not the biggest verses.
Now, this gotta be the biggest verses. You know, like the only one I think could actually surpass this if it happens is like 50 and Ja Rule. And to be honest, before
Right.
this happening, I was like, no goddamn way that would happen. But you never know, even though 50 is just super petty. I will say though, for T.I., who tried to go in 50, right?
Yeah.
He got challenged by Busta. He declined.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was supposedly confirmed he's doing it with Jeezy. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like T.I.'s like a man. Nah, T.I.'s a man without a country right now. I feel like he needs to he's been really excited to do verses with someone, but he don't got no contenders. We got to get a suitable. And I seen someone like say it was T.I. versus T.I. should go against someone else. I forgot what the name was, but I didn't feel like it was on his level. Anyway, I will say we have Jeezy and we have Gucci. The first thing that comes to mind, obviously, because of their history, are there going to be any ground rules? Because if I'm Gucci, you know the first song I'm playing?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I gotta play the diss songs. Can we play the diss songs?
I feel like that's a bit far. I feel like that's a bit far. Yeah, I feel like that's a bit far though. Because the thing about it is this, right? We all know the history. Right? We all know the history between Jeezy and Gucci. Now,
they got to be a little past it to get to here though.
They got to be past it. But academics, come on, with everything that's going on, bro, like shit is sensitive right now. We out here losing brothers. There's a lot of violence happening. We don't want to play truth, and then it's like, oh, you gonna do that? You know what? Fuck this versus. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it turns into something else. We don't want that to happen.
Okay, but do you believe there has to be a little bit of playfulness and like light shit talking? I've seen, if you look at the caption of both men, like I see
they took shots.
Gucci was like, yo, little snow, whatever he said about it.
Little guap. He gonna look, and he called himself Buddy. He called him Buddy, and he told little guap.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how that camaraderie actually even gonna play out. But real quick picks. Who do you have winning that versus? If it's gonna be competitive like that.
Damn, dog. I ain't gonna lie, man. All right, it's definitely gonna be competitive. We dealing with two of the greatest artists to come out of Atlanta. Two of the greatest artists in the game, in my opinion. Damn, I ain't gonna front, yo. I gotta go with Jeezy and N. But I feel like Gucci. See, that's the problem. Gucci got too many fucking songs, man. He got too many. Like for me, I'm like, yo, play the whole Burr print. Like just play the whole Burr print. You know what I mean? Or play half of the State versus Roger Davis. You know what I'm saying? Like it's too many joints. Play half of Free Bricks. Like half the shit's off there. It's gonna be real interesting to see how Gucci has his picks. I think that Gucci is gonna be competitive, but I got Jeezy overall. I got Jeezy in there.
I think Jeezy should win, but I'm going with Gucci. I just feel like the tone. I feel like the fans watching. I feel like like there's gonna be a tone that's pretty much the elephant in the room, and I feel like Gucci thrives in those situations.
Well, I just hope number one rule got to be no relapses. You know what I mean?
All right, if you switching Timberland, you keeping them in the same room, you put a divider between them, you're just gonna do it like a jail call through Skype. Like, what are you gonna do it?
No, I mean, I ain't gonna front. If we're gonna get this experience the way we need to have it, it's got to be in person. But I just feel like it's gotta. I honestly
beef up on security.
But I feel like for Gucci, we don't give Gucci enough credit for how much he's matured. You know what I mean? Like, because he still has his petty moments from every now and then. But even when we had him on the show, you know what I mean? We seen how different Gucci was. We seen how he was able to talk about things that might have not been comfortable for him to talk about prior. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a changed man. He got his wife. He about to have another kid. Gucci in a whole nother place. I just hope that they can keep it mutually respectful as men, because there's been some disrespectful shit in life, not even music, that's transpired between the two of them. So, you know what I mean? Hopefully, we keep this shit clean. All right?
Yeah, you know me, I'm a pocket watcher extraordinaire. I would like to know what type of check got cut, and also, is everybody getting checks, or is just Gucci and maybe Jeezy? But anyway, listen, this whole eventful weekend was going on. We did get some new music that got dropped. Two artists who we discussed on here a lot, they linked up to drop a project. It was kind of like a surprise project because we didn't know if it was coming early in the year. They dropped a song, they dropped like a video, so it was kind of like, they were almost
weird rollout,
pretty weird rollout, right? But it finally came. It's the Lil Uzi Vert and Future Pluto versus or Pluto times Baby Pluto album. Did you get a chance to listen to it?
Yeah, I listened to it. Yo, I mean, yo, in more in the past, I ain't gonna front act. In the past, like I feel like the past 2 months, I feel like Future is one of my favorite like top 10 rappers right now.
Really?
Yes, I love
This
like,
is post this
bro.
album, right? So this is post Life is Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is post. But I just been really digging into what I did this year was I was really digging into 56 Nights, Monster, Beast Mode. I was just been going back. I'm like, yo, this nigga is really, really good. I feel like because of how he like records or how he says shit, a lot of shit go over people's heads, but Future is fucking nice. I don't give a fuck what nobody said. Right.
Yeah. I also like even what you were saying, I like just appreciating like his legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it would even be a fair matchup, Future and T.I. versus? I think Future eats all these. I think Future's volume rate is just too much, but I think Future eats all these dudes alive, and even T.I. That's my guy too.
But I don't think he eats it. I just think that Future is so current that like the way the fans, especially on social media, determine the trajectory of how people think a lot. Like they play a part in the conversation too. So I think that like fans would just be so overt, and then T.I. is not everybody's favorite person right now, just because of shit that's going on in the media. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I think that that's a good matchup, but I don't think I would go there. But as far as this album, I want to know what you think about it. How was you feeling?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I'm hot and cold on Mad Tracks. Like, I think there's a future. I think they could have kept this as an EP. Honestly, this didn't have to be an album. I think honestly, they obviously have a great admiration for each other. So like, they were gonna have these songs. But truth be told, my favorite songs of the project are the solo songs. You get me? I like the songs when they're not on the track together. Like, for example, Uzi on Lullaby. What's the other one that Future's on by himself? Future's on, is it Rockstar Chains? I think it's Rockstar Chains. He's on by himself. I think they both killed the drinking and smoking track. But there's other
Baby
tracks.
Pluto too. That's my favorite drink over there.
Oh, the real Baby Pluto. Yeah. So like, I think some other tracks on it. We also they dropped recently the That's It video. I don't know if that's like hitting for like, because this is the thing with collab albums, right? I seen Roger put it on our like production sheet. It's like, this is Future's 6th collab album. Unless I'm tripping.
Crazy.
That's a lot.
Crazy. That's a whole lot.
That's a lot. And when you think about it, he's done one with Thug, he's done one with Juice WRLD, he's done one with Drake, he's done with Gucci, he's done like it's a lot. And I do believe that Future just does them. I don't think that there's necessarily always that special chemistry there. Or I don't think the songs he's using for that tape is usually the songs that he would be like, hey, listen, this would may make my album if he didn't make this. You get me?
Yeah, I feel like so from my perspective from Uzi, I just feel like with Uzi, for the artist that he is, every time he drops, he should just be making like the most undeniable, greatest shit that comes out. Really? I feel like because all right, so look, I feel like Love is Rage, and like I feel like you'll always be held to whatever your best project is, right? Like I'm talking about not Love is Rage 2, the Love is Rage mixtape / album, which like on the DSPs is like it's not all the records.
Yeah.
The one that had Super Saiyan and all of that shit, you know what I mean? I feel like that level of Uzi was like game changing. You know what I mean? Like that's when he came out with that was his first like real tape. When he came out with that, that's what kind of stamped him. And I felt like every time he came out, like even Love is Rage 2, that was like the singles off of there was like some of the best shit we ever heard. I felt like even when he's dropped Eternal Will Take Deluxe, while it might be good, it's not the highest level where he could be at. Like, okay, I feel like Uzi should be on some Drake shit. And I feel like what Drake does is that regardless to how much we may debate like Drake against Drake, when Drake drops, he always drops like the best music he could have possibly made for whatever time he's dropping. I feel like Uzi should be doing that, and he's not doing that.
Interesting point. But all right, okay, I'll take the song Even Lullaby. By the way, Uzi, even on that song, you hear some influence of Wayne, which just goes to show how even like someone like Lil Wayne has influenced all these niggas in the culture. But still, I think Uzi's style has changed a bit. And as you're talking about, I think fans want that 2016 and pre-2016 Uzi, and he's flirted with changing his style, rapping a little bit more, sometimes not only just crooning and whatever. And then he's trying to balance that with what fans want. Is they always gonna say, give us 2016 Uzi. So Eternal to Take, when you think about both sides of Eternal to Take, the first shit he dropped was the shit that he was doing at the time. If you listen to Free Uzi, if you listen to the new Paddock song, if you listen to the was it Futsal Shuffle, like his style is much different. But he also tried to go back and give people the old stuff that they want. So maybe he's experimenting. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Well, I get you with that, but I just feel like, all right, cool. So look, I don't want him to be, because the thing about like recreating, you can't never create a time or what you was going through. Like he had a different type of hunger when he dropped like Love Is Rage. I just feel like he's just not. I feel like he's being lazy. Personally, I feel like Uzi's being a bit lazy. Now when it comes to Future, like Future always does what he does. You know what I mean? Like he always does what he does. You know what I mean? Regardless, he always does what he does. But I feel like for Uzi should be at a point where it's like, if you're gonna do some shit with Future, it should be some shit that we love. Like What a Time to Be Alive. I think that when it first dropped, we just expected it a certain way, but it aged very well.
It did.
The album aged very well. Tons of hit records off of there. Tons of shit that we're gonna remember forever. I feel like with this album and Uzi doing it with Future, it's just like, it's cool. And that's what I'm saying. For the caliber of Uzi, the artist that he is, you shouldn't be doing nothing that's cool. You should be doing shit that's like, yo, did you hear that shit? Like, nobody's saying that about this. And the thing about him rapping is he's from Philly. He's always gonna have that. You know what I'm saying? So we never could question if he can rap. I just think that he should be challenging himself to shoot a bit higher. That's all.
I think when we discussed this earlier, before the tape even came out, we were both questioning, are they in, like, is there a heart into this project? Are they just kind of like, all right, man, y'all could get it, whatever. You get me? I think that's a good question you ask. What would you say you rate it? I don't know, whatever scale you want to have. I think it's, I'm going to say mid to, like above average. So, like, so in between that, I wouldn't call it mid, but I wouldn't call it above average.
All right, so I'm not gonna put the name on it because names can be deemed disrespectful depending on what name you use.
Don't say you about to say Reggie. No, don't do it.
No. That's not Reggie at all. It's not Reggie at all. I'll give it, on a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 7.5.
Okay.
I give it a 7.5. I feel like, and that's what I'm saying. I feel like it for Uzi, like I said, if we talking about collab albums, and even like with Juice WRLD, like we didn't like the Juice WRLD Future album, we don't really remember that much, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if we look at Future's best collab album, which is A Time to Be Alive, right? What a Time to Be Alive? That's high level. Like it's high level. No matter how much we think about it, probably the best one, the most memorable. I feel like if you want to do some shit with Future, if you ain't you might not trump that, but you gotta go there. You have to go there.
And to speak from experience too, when it comes to Uzi and Future. So Future has at least, like, I think the one he did Super Slimy with Thug was I think it was pretty good. But obviously the one he did with Drake was like, it's a standout, lasted well. Uzi did one with Gucci. Nobody, like, I don't think no one talked about it after it got uploaded. You get me? So like, yeah. I don't think like he's going into collab projects and probably really locking in. But anyway, still talking about Uzi. Uzi did say over the weekend, I don't know if you caught this, Uzi said he got 2 more projects and he's out. And I'm guessing he's out means he's out of the game. Keep in mind, Uzi's also the person who said that, after you hit 20, after you hit 25, you have transitioned into being an old head. So I don't know if that has to do with that, but do you believe, Uzi, that after the next 2 projects that he drops, he's out of here?
Academics, what artist, name me one artist that's ever really retired. It's not one. You can't name, there's not one artist that said, and I'm talking about from Jay-Z to Jeezy to fucking, who else? Didn't Lupe say he was retiring one time? I think it's so many people that said they retire. Nobody retires, because I feel like the thing about rap is it is a sport. You know what I mean? It's definitely a sport, and you always gonna have that itch. Like no matter what year.
I got a name.
Ooh, right,
Logic is retired. Logic retired.
It's only been like 4 months. Like, come on, it's been 4 months.
4 month retirement. Let him get it.
No, you want him to get it. You want him out of here. No, but I don't believe that, man. I think that Uzi's just like he's too good to say he's gonna retire, man. The kid is special, man, but he's not retiring.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know why rappers say this, especially someone like of Uzi's caliber. Like I usually chalk it up as, okay, fine, I get it. You want us to go copy your album because it's your life. Like for example, like one of my favorite rappers, The Game, but every album he's retiring. Every album is his last album, and
That's a fact.
I buy it. So I'm like, damn, yo, he dropped 3 last albums already, and he just said he's done. He's done with music now, and watch, he's gonna pop up beefing with somebody like 3 months. Like, yo, another one's coming. So like, I just don't know why rappers say this. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's a very, very old trick in the book. Like, it's a very, very old trick in the book, but I don't think it really works anymore.
All right, okay. Old trick for marketing, right? So old trick for marketing. But I'm looking at it when it comes to like Uzi. I'm like, I don't think you need that. So then I almost start to feel like you're saying this to, kind of get people to show you more appreciation. So maybe it's like it's come from a place of I don't feel like y'all appreciate what I'm giving y'all, so I'm gonna drop 2 more and I'm out. You feel me?
Doug, I think Uzi really battles depression.
You think Uzi battling depression?
Yeah, I really believe
I see him every day driving the Bugatti, the R8. He's doing donuts. He's racing.
He's not happy, man.
He's doing a shoulder roll. How he battling depression?
I think he's not happy, man. Like honestly, I mean, like, okay, see, I'm only saying this because like I really know Uzi. Like I know him for real. Like I know that kid. He's really, really, really a happy dude, man. And I'm not saying that to say he ain't whatever it is to that or whatever. He's really a good guy and he's a happy dude. But I just feel like from his tweets to his music not being at the level that it once was, I think he's lacking something. I don't know what it is. Like I can't put my finger on that. And I'm not being funny about it neither. I think that he's lacking something.
I think this is a conversation we should continue because I haven't looked at it like that, but you probably have something there. Now, I'll do real quickly my numbers segment. I'm telling you, Nadeska, you no more hooking. Anyway, listen. Speaking of the album, Future and Baby Pluto, or Baby Pluto and Pluto by Future and Uzi, they're actually expected to sell about like 110,000 this week. That's the top debut and probably going to be the top album on next week's charts. We have Pop Smoke, who's going to be at number 2. His album's still doing well, 57,000. We have the Kid Laroi, his deluxe album, Fuck Love. It's actually going to be at number 3 with 52,000. King Von, God rest his soul. Welcome to O Block. It landed at, or it's about to be at 5 or the 5th spot with 44,000. And Nav and Weezy. Okay. Oh, and but actually, I'm talking about last week's charts. The only debut that we care about for this week is pretty much Future and Uzi. But for last week's charts, I gotta get your reaction to this, Wayno.
Okay.
Nav and Weezy Emergency Tsunami album did debut at number 6, 42,000. Remember I told you about no more shirts, no more V-Lone sweaters, no more fanny packs.
Right.
Surprising.
I wouldn't say it's not really surprising. So look, as you were going through the number segment, the one that stood out to me crazy is Kid Laroi.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like Kid Laroi doing 52 that's great. I mean, I think the kid is talented and shit, but I didn't know he's doing 52. So, yo, I know you don't like to listen to Nav, right? But Nav makes very, very decent music, man. Like Nav makes very decent music.
Wayno, you can't even give a cosign right. Yo, you can't say he makes very decent. You gotta say very good. Like you can, like very decent. Very decent is nothing to phone home about, bro. Like you gotta say very good.
Nothing to phone home.
He makes pretty average stuff, man. Like
nah. He makes these music, and I just feel like Nav. I feel like him and the EXO team have it figured out as to how to drop these albums. On top of that, man, like that record that's my favorite record of this month is the shit with him and Gunna. You know what I mean?
Oh,
the
okay.
Record.
Okay,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm not surprised at Nav, man. Nav, we don't act like what album is this? Nav is like on his 3rd or 4th album.
Okay, you want me to be a little bit more truthful? I'll be a little more truthful.
Be a little bit truthful.
Other than the version which I did enjoy, the Navless version. I'm gonna be honest with you. Everyone who I talked to, they actually say this album is going crazy. And obviously with Nav on, they're like, it's a pretty good album. Big salute to Weezy. Obviously, when you do a producer rapper album, I feel like even if it's assisted by a bunch of features, I feel like you got to carry a lot of the load. And also, I think Weezy's just been on fire. like this whole year. I think he's had a
Absolutely.
great like last 2 years. Like, think
Absolutely.
about it. He's so fucking good and good at carried. Even Nav couldn't fuck this up. You feel me? So that's how I look at it. That's how I look at it.
Stop it,
But
stop it, man. Stop it. It's definitely a good album, though. It's definitely a good album.
actually, and by the way, yeah, people did like it, so I'm not mad at it. Anyway,
All right.
in terms of other albums that did drop on Friday and just projections, so I said Future and Uzi gonna be top debut. Two
Mhm.
Chains did drop an album. We got to talk about that. We'll have a few thoughts on that tomorrow, and that's gonna be
All
back.
right.
But that's expected to sell between 25 to 28,000 first week. And YoungBoy did drop a mixtape very like suddenly, and that's expected to sell like around 24,000. Um,
Yeah.
it's been interesting last week. I feel like we've talked about rappers getting hurt, violence more than we actually ever want to talk about it. We want to like keep it fun,
Right.
but unfortunately, these are things that happens. Polo G actually hopped on Twitter and he shared some thoughts. I don't know if it was directly relating to some of these things, but
Mhm.
he had a very interesting point of view. He said, listen, we live in an era where toxic fans play a big part in instigating or escalating beefs. And then he continued
Mhm.
by saying, while you sitting safely in your crib hyping shit up, is niggas really willing to die behind their respects and mothers that's going to struggle with smiling because they lost their son. What do you think about that? Do you think that's even though it's not big facts of fake big facts of BS, like
Yeah.
what do you think?
Um, I think he's actually right. I feel like everybody plays their role, down to media personalities, people who commentate, fans specifically. Yeah, I think that like hip hop is like a big lunchroom. You know what I mean? I feel like it's a big lunchroom, and when people are going back and forth from this side of the table and that side of the table, the comment sections is the kids that's when you in the lunchroom like, oh shit, he said that. Oh shit, he said that. And ultimately, a lot of this shit leads to nothing. I mean, we have a lot of different conversations on this show regarding, artists and just shit that's going on in this country and beyond, you know, the norm, almost the norm, which has become like police brutality being a big issue that we're trying to tackle and all of that. Um, the violence in hip hop is a very big thing, and because it's happening from us to us. You know what I'm saying? When I see, King Von, when I see Benny the Butcher, when I see Boosie,
Wow.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like all the shit that's been happening. I know it's somebody that look just like them that tried to, take what they tried to earn. And I think that regardless of everything else that's going on in the country, that's something that we really need to tackle in house. Just the hate, the systematic hate we put on each other. You know what I'm saying? And I think that Polo G has a great point. You know what I mean? That the fans do play a role, but also we our egos. You know what I mean? These young men and women, their egos and how they want to be seen or perceived and how they deliver their messages. Man, that shit plays a big part into it too. Look at we just went over your numbers. Let's talk about NLE Chopra now, right?
Yeah.
Kid changes his whole shit, puts out more of a positive message, and he sells less records. You know what I mean? And the music, I think that the level of the music that he's producing, even though he do put some shit out there as far as what he's talking about that might be perceived as funny or
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
conspiracy theory or some bullshit.
Yeah.
Um, he has a good message, but not enough people talking about that. You know what I'm saying? I just think that it's a time where we got to start tackling a couple more things in house. And I think that Polo G saying that is a great start.
I think you make a great point with Anli Chapa. I didn't even like report his sales, but like shoot, he even spoke about him selling
All right.
reportedly around 6,000 copies, and clearly he made a shift in how what he wants to put in his music and how he's going to approach music. And this is a guy who came from making a bunch of shadow flows, which if you
Right.
to the content and what's going on in those type of songs, when he says he's going to stop doing it, you know, a lot of fans might be like, but that's why we like you. So,
Right.
I think Polo G's right. But I'll say this. Like most things in hip hop, even when, for me who runs a media platform, or even me who I feel like I have a decent, significant voice in the culture,
Hmm.
because I get blamed too, But I always say, listen,
Absolutely.
I think I never say I'm innocent, but I feel like it's always a shared thing. Like we have
Absolutely.
to really just think about everyone at every single stage of something happening or escalating to a point where it gets then physical or someone gets locked up. It's like, yo, listen, like these rappers are in hip hop, y'all claim all y'all are hustlers. Y'all just here to get money. Y'all just this, y'all just that. This industry shit is fake, but y'all beefing with industry dudes. Y'all are now doing things that isn't conducive to making more money. You get me, right? So on the rapper side, I feel like they feed into that also with ego. Then, of course, on the fan side of stuff, like for some reason, it's like almost we as a culture and really we as a people. I don't even want to say only black people. We're fascinated with our own self-destruction. You get me? A rapper makes an album where he's literally about an OD. We are like, yo, this is great. This is amazing.
Yeah.
You feel me? Oh, this is great. Yo, like if a rapper makes a song about 15 million ways how he's gonna kill another rapper. Oh shit, this guy's like we actually enjoy that type of stuff. The media as well. Shit. All right, cool. Like that's why I said it's a shared thing. Like nobody could be like, yo, I'm the innocent one. It's like the media too is like, hey, listen, we know what's gonna get the click, we know what's gonna get the attention, and also it's a business. So it's like you try to balance it out. But truth be told, a lot of times, maybe if there was more of a moral aspect, you'd be like, you know what, this is getting to a certain point, no more coverage. But of course, if you already start being invested in it, are you gonna really stop? Then also the people around these artists. I keep hearing about OGs, this and third. Why nobody be getting on the phone to try to squash some of these issues, like avoid these situations? Why is everything happening almost in real time and everything happening online? I keep hearing about the feds watching, but everybody's online.
Right.
Everybody's watching with the feds.
And
so
again,
it's just a shared responsibility thing. I definitely appreciate what Polo G is saying, because also, trust me, yo, I see fans like say a Young Boy fan, or say like fan of whatever rapper who's about that life, like a King Von fan. They're encouraging the bullshit to happen until it happens and it's not in your favor.
Oh
man, why does that have to happen? This like
and nobody's when it comes to the streets, nobody's invincible. It's fair game for all. And I was about to say that as well. We're always rooting about how somebody's so real and so this, but what about the other guy? You know what I mean? Like it goes both ways. I know, we gotta close because we've been going, thankfully Nadeska, she played hooky today, so we got to go a little bit over. But I just, for me personally, I just want, all of these young brothers and sisters to be very mindful, and even for myself and even with yourself, for us to be mindful about the things we say, the things we put energy to, because it's all good. Like when we rapping about it, it's all good when we tweeting about it, and I love killers and this, that, and the third, and then some shit happens and everybody's sad. And I think that we got to just do some more self-assessment. We know what's going on outside. We know what's going on in the world, but we got to just start doing some more self-assessment. And we want to be around, man. I don't want to see no more of these young brothers and sisters getting hurt, man. And this shit is getting outrageous. You know what I'm saying? It's getting really outrageous.
Like again, in just in closing, even like you see like Asian Doll, she's like the most hurt person on Instagram. 2 weeks before, she tweeted out she only like killers. She want a dude with 3 bodies.
Right.
What do you think's gonna happen? Like, like you're so again, very sad cycle. Like I feel like as a culture, we're going through this trauma, but hopefully there's some cure in terms of change behavior gonna happen. Listen, we're pretty much out of time, and we've even gone over time. I know that Deska ain't here. Listen, Deska, we really miss you. Really your Wi-Fi issues. Like every time somebody have hot breath breathed by you, like a tornado. I don't know what's going on. She loses Wi-Fi, but she'll probably be back tomorrow. And yo, I didn't even touch on, so I'll tease it. I love teasing shit. Tomorrow we got to talk about Kendrick saying, or not Kendrick saying it, but the engineer Mixed by Ali saying Kendrick has 6 albums of unreleased music. We have a few other things to talk about. Also, Meg Thee Stallion's album release date, but we'll save it for tomorrow. Again, my prayers to anyone who has been hurt. Some of these rappers who we like, West Side Gun, Boosie,
Benny.
West Side Gun, no, yeah, Benny the Butcher.
Yeah.
No, we gotta talk about him leaving Shady. My bad. Benny the Butcher, Boosie, and obviously, we lost a few rappers, so we'll keep them in our prayers. We got a lot more to talk about, but we'll get back here tomorrow with our sister Nadeska. Anything else to add?
Oh man, I just want to say prayers go out to Jeremiah too. He's fighting COVID.
Oh,
definitely prayers go out there. That's the other side of the game, you know what I mean? But prayers go out to him and his family as well.
feels like COVID's like really coming back in a strong way. Prayers out to him. 50 did give us an update on that, saying that he was a little bit more responsive. So that's good. We'll keep him in our prayers. And listen, man, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Everyday Struggle. Make sure you guys follow us on socials, and we'll be back tomorrow with Nadeska. Okay?
Peace, y'all.
Catch y'all later. Peace.